Confucius Institute at the University of Zambia. The billboard with the Chinese characters Shira Hui Zhonggua Hoa Pangyo Bien Tien Sha stands in Lusaka International Airport. The slogan is the first sentence from the article Confucius in Africa, More Than Chinese Language in the magazine China Entrepreneur, Volume 3, 2012, and it is a true portrait of the Confucius Institute at the University of Zambia, UNZA.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Shang Wu Hao.
He is the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Zambia, and this is the moment Professor Simbukanga was delivering his speech at the opening ceremony of the 8th Confucius Institute Conference. Zambia is the first country in southern Africa that established foreign relations with China, and the friendship between China and Zambia has a long history. In July 2010, Hebei University of Economics and Business, China, in active response to the call of Hanban, decided to establish a Confucius Institute with the University of Zambia by selecting high-level teaching personnel. From then on, an institution teaching Chinese language and culture appeared at the campus of the University of Zambia. The Confucius Institute at the University of Zambia exists under the leadership of the Hanban, Confucius Institute headquarters. On July the 26th, 2010, State Councillor Dai Bingua, in his journey to the 4 countries in Africa, attended the signing and awarding ceremony for constructing the Confucius Institute collaboratively between China and Zambia, and the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Zambia, Professor Stephen Simukanga, and the General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, CPC, Committee of the Hebei University of Economics and Business, Professor Wang Ying, jointly received the Confucius Institute tablet. Thereafter, the Confucius Institute at the University of Zambia was established formally. With the rhythm of the song, The Jasmine Flower. On October the 4th, 2010, the first Chinese training program began in the lab at the campus of the University of Zambia, with Professor He Yi as the first Chinese teacher. From then, the Confucius Institute at the University of Zambia functioned normally and smoothly in Lusaka, the capital city of Zambia, and learning Chinese became more and more popular for the Zambian people. The management and academic committee were established under the academic board, and meetings are held at fixed periods to discuss affairs related to the Confucius Institute at UNZA. Rules and regulations for personnel, finance, teaching and archives management, and the short-term and long-term development plans have been successfully drafted to ensure the Confucius Institute functions smoothly and steadily. With the help of the Confucius Institute, the Ministry of Education of Zambia decided that 10 public secondary schools from 10 provincial capitals were chosen to be the demonstration sites to offer Chinese language courses. And from January 2014, the volunteers from the Confucius Institute at UNZA began their formal teachings in public secondary schools, which indicates that Chinese language has been incorporated in the national education system of Zambia. Currently, the Ministry of Education of Zambia has issued documentation to require all public secondary schools to offer courses of one of 3 foreign languages: Chinese, French, This indicates that the influence of Chinese language has leaped a big step forward in the southern part of Africa. With the joint effort of Hebei University of Economics and Business and local institutions, 2 of the 3 Zambian universities have passed resolutions to incorporate Chinese into the credit system. Chinese teaching programs are now going in a virtuous circle to develop steadily and sustainably.
As the University of Zambia, we support the Confucius Institute because we feel that it will strengthen the relationship between Zambia and China.
Since its establishment, the Confucius Institute, focusing on the Chinese teaching in UNZA, covering the national Chinese teaching as an opportunity, has founded 18 teaching spots in Zambia, providing 13 sessions of Chinese language courses with more than 4,100 people to benefit. At the same time, the Confucius Institute at UNZA takes advantage of TV programs, radio programs and other means to hold Chinese language and cultural activities such as Chinese language column, martial arts, at the Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC. Many local students and citizens participate in these activities, which in turn are beneficial to the communication of China and Zambia cultures.
I am Chen Lu with the Chinese program.
Chen Lu is the first local broadcaster trained by the Confucius Institute at UNZA. She hosts the radio programs at the broadcasting station in UNZA, which covers whole of Lusaka. The radio programs are broadcast twice a week. In publicizing Chinese language and culture, Chen Lu transmits friendship with her voice, forming a bridge to connect Zambian and Chinese people for the communication and exchanges. Many Zambians learn Chinese, ranging from staff at the police service headquarters, top managers from the high courts to street hawkers. It is very popular to learn Chinese around the country. Simple Chinese sentences like ni ha and chia chia have come into daily use by the local people. In the past 3 years, the Confucius Institute at UNZA has successfully held the HSK tests 9 times, with 97% of the 127 students passing the exams, and 5 times the UCT tests, with 98% of the 197 participants passing. In 2013, the Confucius Institute at UNZA organised HSKK tests twice and all participants passed. Besides, more than 10 students got the scholarship funded by Hanban, which in turn motivates the other learners to study Chinese harder. Combining Chinese teaching with traditional festivals, the Confucius Institute at UNZA organised 11 different types of cultural activities, like Chinese speech contest, and the number of times the participants reached respectively 218 and 10,734. Grand Spring Festival Gala and San Chun performances have been shown in 17 times, with more than 14,000 people attending as audiences. At the Confucius Institute Grand Spring Festival Gala online from 2012 to 2014, the Confucius Institute at UNZA won many prizes, such as the first prize, the third prize, Excellence and Organisation Award. At the 2013 and 2014 China Temple Fair celebrating Spring Festival, directed by Chinese Embassy in Zambia, the Confucius Institute at UNZA organised students to give performances 3 times, played 9 Chinese films, participated in decorating the Chinese Achievement Exhibition, and won the Outstanding Organisation and Coordination Award for Chinese Spring Festival Temple Fair, issued by the Chinese embassy in Zambia. The Confucius Institute at UNZA has released more than 130 news reports on the website of Hanban, some of which were published in Xinhunat.com, People.com CN, ChinaCulture.net, 3 top English newspapers in Zambia, and so on. Xinhua News Agency, CCTV, China Entrepreneur, People's Daily, VPRO, a Dutch TV station, and Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation, ZNBC, also covered news on teaching programs and cultural activities held by the Confucius Institute at UNZA. Now, with its effort to promote Chinese language teaching and cultural transmission to the key primary, secondary schools and colleges, the Confucius Institute at UNZA has got public attention from the Zambian society and has made a great contribution to the exchange of Chinese and Zambian cultures. Confucius Institute at UNZA selected 20 principals and teachers from Zambia to take part in training programs for teachers organized by Hanban, which helped develop the teaching personnel. Coordinating with the Economic and Commercial Office of the Chinese Embassy in Zambia and Hebei University of Economics and Business, Confucius Institute also selected 12 senior administrative staff and teachers from the Ministry of Education of Zambia and public colleges to participate in the training course of the African Trade and Economics teachers, Principal Forum and other cultural activities. A delegation consisting of 6 principals from Zambia's colleges and secondary schools was organized to visit China. All of these activities helped to promote the understanding and friendship between the two countries and the cooperation and exchanges between Hebei University of Economics and Business and the University of Zambia. To improve the teaching conditions, the Confucius Institute at UNZA have been working on the construction of the Confucius Institute office building. With the help and the coordination of the Economic and Commercial Counselor's Office of the Chinese Embassy in Zambia and the leaders of the Hebei University of Economics and Business, the Confucius Institute communicated with the Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Works, and the University of Zambia, which helped accelerate the construction progress. Zambian people will witness the groundbreaking ceremony of the office building of the Confucius Institute at UNZA very soon, and after its completion, the building representing Chinese culture will become a bright pearl in the Zambian territory. The faculty of the Confucius Institute at UNZA also place emphasis on teaching and culture research. So far they have finished 3 social science projects funded by the Hebei province. 1 project funded by the Confucius Institute headquarters and have compiled teaching materials for short-term training programs with Zambian characteristics to better transmit Chinese language and culture. With research and study, the teachers are trying to find a way more suitable and sustainable for the development of the Confucius Institutes. The Confucius Institute at UNZA has made clear long-term plans to achieve favourable development. In the near 3 to 5 years, the Confucius Institute will adopt various teaching methods to improve teaching quality, so as to double the number of learners. Found internship bases for students of master's degree in teaching Chinese to speakers of other languages, MTC-SOL. The project of building a research centre for the Middle and Southern African culture will drive the Confucius Institute at UNZA to a new type institute with both teaching and research thriving.
我们和赞比亚大学建孔子学院已经3年的时间了。这3年内，在国家汉办的政策领导下，教学点已经遍布 赞比亚成果，对我们学校的师资队伍建设和国际化办学水平也是一个很大的促进。我们要全力以赴支持孔子学院的发展。
Flying time witnesses with history of the Confucius Institute of the University of Zambia. When it began the first step on this beautiful territory, it brought new blood to pursuit of freedom. Underneath the unshakable faith and long-term waiting is the persistence which the Confucius Institute at UNZA transmits culture and promotes communication for people between China and Zambia. The rainbow comes after storms, and one won't achieve anything without hard work and great efforts. We firmly believe, with the effort of the Confucius Institute at UNZA and people from both China and Zambia, the friendship between the two nations will become more and more profound, and the cultures of the two countries will become more and more harmonious. Like the grand and magnificent Victoria Falls, the friendship and exchange of cultures between Chinese and Zambian people will never come to an end in the circle of life.